proxy war developing between the U.S. and Russia in Syria. It's SkyWatchTV News for Tuesday, October 13th, 2015. I'm Derek Gilbert. Yesterday, I told you about the anti-tank missiles that Saudi Arabia was supplying to the Free Syrian Army, one of the so-called moderate rebel groups in Syria. What I overlooked yesterday was the fact that the U.S. had been supplying those anti-tank missiles for the previous 2 years. And while the Defense Department program has been stopped, the Saudi missiles are actually being transported into Syria with the help of the CIA. Now, when Russia entered the conflict on the side of President Bashar al-Assad a couple of weeks ago, these weapons took on a whole new dimension. The Free Syrian Army now claims to have destroyed 24 Syrian tanks in recent days, since the Syrian government launched a new offensive backed by Russia. In effect, the opposing sides in this fight have become, by accident it appears, proxies for the United States and for Russia. And the question now is how far the major powers are willing to go to see that their side wins. We also told you yesterday that the U.S. has ash-canned its plan to train and equip Syrian rebel groups. Instead, it appears that the Obama administration will finally begin sending arms to the only fighting force in the area that's shown any success at all in standing up to the Islamic State, the Kurds. Kurdish militia in Syria have joined a coalition of Arab groups and promised to take the fight to the Islamic State in the town of Raqqa, strategically located city in northern Syria on the Euphrates River. Now, there are complications, of course. Russia and Turkey are both bombing various members of this new coalition, and the Kurds are fighting amongst themselves. Over in Iraq, Regional President Masoud Barzani of the KDP, the Kurdish Democratic Party, refused to leave office when his term of office expired in August. The four main rival parties have been negotiating for a way to get him to step down. They finally got tired of negotiating last week, and protests turned violent, at least 2 people killed. The KDP, in response, kicked out its major rival, kicked it out of the regional government there, a dangerous move that could prolong this violence. Teachers haven't been paid in about 3 months, and they are at the heart of this new protest. But however things shake out, the bottom line is if people there can't come together, even within ethnic and religious groups, the fighting is going to continue for a long, long time. And violence spreads in Israel. 5 Israelis and 25 Palestinians died within the last 12 days. The bloodshed there in part due to increased Jewish access to the Temple Mount. Palestinians have attacked Israelis with a variety of weapons, usually low-tech, rocks, knives, in one case guns. The leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, is calling for an escalation of the violence, saying that the Gaza Strip is ready for confrontation. So fear is growing in and around Jerusalem of a third intifada. This is being helped in part by the spread of social media and smartphones among young Palestinians. The rising tide of violence empowering hardliners in Israel and in the Palestinian territories. And again, if people there can't find a way to come together, the fighting will continue for a long, long time. On the Temple Mount, a project to sift through rubble being tossed out by the Jordanian authorities overseeing construction work has turned up a major find. A 10-year-old boy who volunteered to help with the Temple Mount sifting project found a 3,000-year-old circular clay seal. The seal dates back to the time of Kings David and Solomon. And it's significant because it was found on the Temple Mount. Now, this, according to the Bible, was conquered by David from the Jebusites in the 10th century BC. But skeptics, especially Palestinians, deny that David even lived, deny that Solomon's temple ever existed, especially not on the Temple Mount, because such a claim would support the Israelis' claim to the land, and especially to the Temple Mount. On the other side of the Dead Sea, archaeologists have turned up a major find. They believe they found the biblical city of Sodom. If you've watched this program for a time, you know that we have offered as a thank you gift the book Discovering the City of Sodom by the lead archaeologist in this project, Steve Collins. This site, located just northeast of the Red Sea, was found to be occupied until it was suddenly destroyed around sometime in the late Bronze Age. And this does track with the biblical account. Most believe that Abraham, if he lived, and I am one who does, place him at sometime around 2000 BC, right at the end of the late Bronze Age. There's some trouble in my old stomping grounds of St. Louis. An underground fire at a waste dump site threatens to spread nuclear waste from the Manhattan Project. Government officials in St. Louis County have developed an emergency plan in case this smoldering underground fire reaches the waste. Could create a potentially hazardous plume of smoke radioactive smoke near the city's main airport, Lambert Field. The fire at the Bridgeton landfill has been burning for at least 5 years. The emergency plan developed about a year ago, but only made public last week. St. Louis County Executive Steve Stenger, the county executive is like the president of St. Louis County, he says the plan is not an indication of imminent danger. Now, the radioactive waste at the site is from uranium processed in the 1940s, dumped into the landfill illegally in 1973. The EPA declared the site a Superfund cleanup site in the 1970s, but it's still trying to figure out exactly how to clean this up. At its closest point, officials estimate that the smoldering underground fire is about 1,000 feet away from the radioactive material. A couple of mathematical errors or physics errors could mean good news. A former climate modeler for Australia's greenhouse office checked the physics behind the standard model used to predict anthropocentric climate change, the idea that you and I are responsible for global warming. Dr. David Evans, who has 6 degrees in applied mathematics, said that while the physics was correct, it was applied incorrectly, by accident, we're sure, and overstated the impact carbon dioxide has on global warming. When he corrected the model and ran the numbers again, he found that temperatures should remain flat around the world for the next couple of years and then begin to drop to the point that we should reach a mini ice age by the year 2030. This is somewhat ironic because 2030 is the year we're supposed to achieve the sustainability goals of the United Nations, a big part of which are reducing our carbon footprints. And speaking of, this may be why paleontologists are trying to clone a mammoth, who knows. Last week, I read what may be the worst idea ever to fight man-made climate change. Some scientists are actually proposing that we genetically engineer the human race to reduce our carbon footprint. Seriously. Some ideas include making us smaller so we eat less and wear smaller clothes, use fewer resources, give us better night vision, engineer our eyes so we see better after dark and use fewer energy-burning lights, reduce our intelligence, make us dumber so that we wouldn't be tempted to be greedy and overconsume resources, or perhaps increase our body hair so that we'd stay warmer in the winter and burn less fuel staying warm. Now, this is so disturbing a proposal that even the United Nations, which is the bastion of climate change propaganda, is against the idea of modifying the human genome to reduce our energy consumption. Besides, who wants to live in a world full of short, hairy, stupid people with cat eyes? This is laughable, but it is a serious topic because climate change, as we've said before on this program, is the club by which globalists will beat us into submission and demand control over how we live every aspect of our lives, because energy consumption, carbon output, affects almost everything that you and I do. Well, tonight we learn more about the technology that existed before the flood of Noah and get a hint of why perhaps the Vatican seems to try to hide what it knows about that technology. Timothy Alberino and Steve Quayle, the men behind Gen 6 Productions, talk about their first documentary film, True Legends, Technology of the Fallen. That's tonight on SkyWatch TV at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. You can also watch it online. It streams live at ctnonline.com, the website of the Christian Television Network. And if you miss it, you can watch it beginning tomorrow on our official Roku channel. If you have a Roku device, one of these online boxes that helps you watch, well, just about anything on demand, including SkyWatch TV, just log on, search the channel store for the SkyWatch TV channel and add us to your account. Or if you need complete instructions, we've got those posted at skywatchtv.com/Roku. And today is the day that registration is now officially open for the 2016 Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference, July 15th through the 17th, 2016 in Colorado Springs. Over 24 speakers in the field of prophecy, geopolitics, and discovery. Registration is limited to the first 1,000 registrants, and registration now available online at prophecywatchers.com. We're into the month of October, just a couple of weeks away from Halloween, and it's a question that pops up every year. As a parent or a grandparent, what do we do as Christians with Halloween? This month is our thank you for your financial support at SkyWatch TV. We'd like to offer this important book to you. It is God's Ghostbusters, a collection of essays by a number of authors on things that go bump in the night, things that take center stage at this time of year. Authors include Chuck Missler, Gary Stearman, Tom Horn, Gary Bates, Doug Woodward, John McTernan, Russ Dizdar, Terry James, smartest person I know, Sharon K. Gilbert, and myself. Got an essay in here about vampires and what they really mean. Why have they been turned from monsters into heroes? All of that part of in the book, God's Ghostbusters. Our gift to you for your gift of any size, any amount to SkyWatch TV during the month of October while supplies last. For information on how to give, check the website, skywatchtv.com. And we do appreciate your comments, questions, and suggestions on how we can make these programs more informative and even entertaining. Send your email to me, dgilbert@skywatchtv.com. Thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is SkyWatch TV.
Coming exclusively from SkyWatch TV for a very limited time starting November 17th, 2015. When you purchase the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie from SkyWatch TV, you'll receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. An unprecedented $300 in free books, audio sets, and DVDs to add to your library or to give away as gifts during this holiday season. Included in this limited time giveaway are never before offered free audio sets. Over 30 hours of the most sought after interviews in history with global experts combined on a special 2-disc volume set discussing the unfolding genetic Armageddon now underway and what you need to know to survive the future. Featuring Something Transhumanism This Way Comes, The Coming Replacement Humans, The Days of Noah, The Coming Zombie Apocalypse, Conspiracy Theory, Psychotronic Warfare. Also, for a very limited time, in addition to the never-before offered free best-selling audio sets, if you order before this special offer expires, you'll also receive the multi-part SkyWatch TV special investigative report on Inhuman the documentary and Dead Pets Don't Lie, the award-winning book Forbidden Gates, Pandemonium's Engine, the best-selling DVD by dog behavior expert Joe Artis, The Natural Dog Training Method. The breakthrough book for pet enthusiasts everywhere, Do Our Pets Go to Heaven? 2 additional mystery books with a $40 value. And if you're one of the first 3,000 customers to place your order during this limited time offer, you will also receive, absolutely free, the groundbreaking WorldNet daily film, The Last Pope, featuring Tom Horn. Place your order beginning November 17th, 2015. Altogether, the never-before offered free 6 full audio series on a 2-disc volume set plus the 5 free books and 2 additional DVDs total an astounding $300 giveaway to add to your library or to give away as gifts during this holiday season. So it's urgent that beginning November 17th, 2015, you order the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie for only $39.95 to also receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. But please understand this offer will end without notification and is on a first-come, first-served basis starting November 17th. So be sure to visit skywatchtv.com to follow the countdown to the greatest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history. Order the new documentary film Inhuman and the companion book Dead Pets Don't Lie for only $39.95 to also receive the largest giveaway in SkyWatch TV history.